Good morning, guys. So, um, I wanted to come on here because I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about motions. And so that was the word that God gave me this morning during my quiet time, and it was at 4:53 a.m. And 4:53, when I looked it up in the Strong's Concordance, it means not understanding in Greek, and in Hebrew it means He is my God. And if you guys remember, um, God had actually given this to me on November 6th when He told me um, things beyond your understanding, right? There are ways beyond your understanding. That's what He said. And so, um, just to be completely transparent with you guys, I have really struggled with my character the past couple days. I've kind of like stepped out of like my peace, and it got to the point where I would spend time in the Word and I couldn't dive deep, and I was just like overwhelmed and feeling very like frazzled, just like all over the place. I kept praying for peace and for stability and for balance, and it just was not coming. And so yesterday morning, when I was doing my devotional, it highlighted the verse Proverbs 4:23, which says, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life." So other verses says like, guard your heart for so because from all things flow from it. And I like I told you guys, I wasn't really diving deep in the word because I was just so overwhelmed and consumed, just like honestly just consumed with like hoping to see God's hand in like what He said, and you know just kind of feeling tired, hope deferred kicking in, and I wasn't registering like what that verse really spoke of. So last night, right before I went to bed, a sister in Christ actually sent on our Bible study group chat a breakdown of that verse. And because I saw the verse this morning in my devotional, and then before bedtime it caught my attention. And when I read her breakdown, she was talking about how when it says to guard our heart, we know that the word guard means to protect, right? And so um I think it's in Matthew 15. Let me see. Yeah, it's in Matthew 15, verse 18. It says, "But what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart, and this defiles the person," right? So I was thinking of that verse when she was talking about guarding our heart and what that means. And so if we know that what comes out of our mouth comes from the heart, that means if we guard when we guard our heart, we have to be careful about the thoughts and emotions that we're holding in our minds, because that is what will come into our heart and thus come out of our mouth. And we've learned, right, in the other videos, that our words have power, right? When I in the video where I share speak to your mountain, right, we understand that our words hold power. So if our thoughts are already in not in balance with what God says, then our heart is going to feel that, and thus our words are going to speak that. And I didn't realize that that is what was going on with me. That is why my character had shifted. That is why I was struggling to have peace, and why I was feeling so frazzled. It's because my thoughts were not aligning to what God has already told me. Therefore, my emotions were also starting to be influenced, and thank God it didn't get to the point where my words were being influenced, but God caught me. He stopped me before I got to the point where I was speaking negatively towards what He had promised me. And so when I had this revelation and I heard God say motions to me this morning, when He said it to me, I pictured a boat in the ocean, and I understood then what He was trying to tell me. These when we go through the motions of God moving in our lives in unexpected ways, sometimes the fact that we don't know what He's doing can give us this feeling of uneasiness, kind of like motion sickness when you're in a boat. And the fears that come from that, and the unknown, can cause us to our thoughts and our emotions to sway. But these can impact our heart, and thus can impact our character, can impact our words. And so I knew He wanted me to share this message with you guys, because if some of you are feeling like this, maybe, you guys are in this place of expectancy, because God's been speaking about, expect it, it's coming, this month being a month of miracles. And maybe you haven't seen anything in the natural yet, and it's starting to impact your thoughts and thus impacting your emotions. He wants to remind us that when he moves in unexpected ways, in ways that we don't understand, it's going to cause us to get uneasy, because we as humans, we like to know, because we like the comfort that comes from knowing, because it gives us a sense of control. But we have to understand that our sense of self-control is not based on what God's doing in our lives, but in how we carry ourselves. That's where we should be holding our self-control, in our actions, in our words, in our thoughts, right? And as we do this, as we partner with him in having self-control, holding on to what he told us, then he will control the rest and bring us to our promised lands, whatever that is for you. And so I just really wanted to share this in hopes that it will help you guys, whoever may be going through what I was going through the past couple days. And I pray that it just brings peace to your minds and to your hearts, and it gives you the reassurance to stay still as the boat rocks, as the motions go, you know. Stay still in your mind, stay still in your heart, and know that God will take you there. Wherever he promised you, God will take you there. He's faithful. I love you guys. Till next time.